Hey, I'm Mark Warner. My wife Viola and I are the directors here at YWAM St. Croix. St. Croix is located in the United States Virgin Islands. It's kind of at the top of the island chain if you're looking at a map. Historically, St. Croix has had 7 flags flown over this land. The Spanish, English, Danish, Dutch, French, American, and even the Knights of Malta have all contributed something to St. Croix. Unfortunately, not all of their contributions have been positive, nor have they left good fruit. Slavery, greed, murder, corruption, abuse, abandonment, sickness, these are all part of St. Croix's complex history, and their effects are still evident in the lives of many people today. Youth with a Mission is a family of believers from all walks of life. It's an international, interdenominational Christian missionary training school or training program that takes people who know that they have a call in their lives and gives them the training and the tools that they need to do what they believe God has called them to do.
The only love that's righteous is the love of Jah.
About 1986, when a small group of pioneering people came and set up shop here. They didn't have an established location for a couple of years. They rented around the island. However, they still continued with ministry. There was a coffee shop that they hosted at one time where people could come and hang out. A lot of homeless people came down and they would hang out with the YWAMers there, and it really had an impact on their lives. Well, a couple of years after they came, the leaders who were part of the YWAM team at that time felt it necessary to seek the Lord for a permanent operating location. So they went to the highest place they could find on St. Croix and prayed for God's direction to show them where to go. They came across this historic plantation called the Diamond Ruby. So they purchased the property, and since that time we've been here working with the community in the most strategic place on the island that you could possibly find. If you look at a map of St. Croix, if you determine from the distance of the island how far it is and also how wide it is, and pick the point that would be the direct center of the island, that's where YWAM St. Croix is. I have to say that our vision for St. Croix is pretty big. I mean, there's so much potential in this place and so many things that could be done here. You have the arts, you have dance, you have drama. Sports is an incredible opportunity here in St. Croix. Children's ministry is just a ripe opportunity to be able to impact the lives of young people in a way that when they grow up, they will not forget what they learned about God here at YWAM St. Croix.
A DTS is a 5-month school which has a 3-month lecture phase and a 2-month outreach. The lecture phase consists of a daily schedule of worship, prayer, speakers that come in and teach. We have small groups in the afternoon or outreach prep. The speakers speak on topics like Father Heart of God, the character and nature of God. Our goal is that we create opportunities for the students to find ministries that they would possibly want to work with long term, or the type of ministry that they would want to be involved with on a long-term basis. A lot of times it's their first taste of missions, and so we try and give them a variety.
Let there be light.
I found out about YWAM through a lady who came to our church and spoke, and she was a missionary with YWAM in South America. I just always had it in the back of my head that I might want to do it, so I looked for different discipleship training schools here. Of my choices for the Caribbean, St. Croix was the one.
There were many awesome things that happened on outreach. Well, we went to Panama and we went to Costa Rica, and we worked along with the Youth with the Mission bases there.
I think I enjoyed the door-to-door evangelism in Panama because we had a local guy translating for us. He in himself was a real strong evangelist, and he would kind of take us so that we could kind of get into people's houses, and they'd be really, really friendly, and he'd turn to me and say, right, I think you should really hit them with the story of Jesus now. It was a real time where you just relied on God really to give you the right words to say.
It's a great time to go away for 5 months, and you're out of everyday things, and God can just take you and He can remake you into whatever it is that He has and place you back just this new creation.
Since I've been here, I've been involved in a variety of ministries. Most recently, I've been involved with the children's ministry, and currently we're running an after-school program to just kind of build relationship with them, to provide a safe place for them. And then in the summers, we run a summer camp called Jericho Kids, where the kids come and we do a variety of things with them, and just try to give them a fun time and a way to get away over the summer. I've always loved kids. God's given me a heart for kids. I think a lot of the kids here on St. Croix are growing up feeling a lack of value and feeling that they're not important, and they struggle with seeing beyond where they're at and seeing that there is more for them in their life maybe than what their parents have experienced. Even though their circumstances now may look very dim and they don't see how they can get beyond that, that God has a plan for them, and that they can, if they put their heart into it, they can become what they want to be. It basically just takes someone who has a passion and a heart for ministry. Youth with a Mission needs people to work in the kitchen. We need people to work in the office. So I mean, anyone would be suited to be in missions. If you have a passion for children and want to spend some time imparting into their lives, but would only have a short time to do that, we would have opportunities for maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks or even for a summer to come down and just be a part of what we're doing here in St. Croix.
So the influence that Youth with a Mission has had here in the last 20 years has been tremendous. A variety of different programs, schools have taken place here. People have gone out all over the world as a result of their time at YWAM St. Croix. And yet it feels like we're just on the cusp of something new. And our intention and our heart really is to build upon the foundation that's been established here in the next 20 years and go deeper than just the tip of the iceberg. But the number one need that we have here is to acquire the people who have the vision to see lives transformed in a way that they're willing to pour out their lives and invest personally. Not just finances, though finances are always a need, but we need people who are willing to invest their lives to see transformation take place in people's lives.